It just feels impossible. Like, if you want to attract men, you've got to fit into a size 6. You've got to be confident and successful and witty. You must exude mystery and intrigue. You should add up to the perfect package. But what if you're none of those things? Like, what if you're just ordinary? I mean, you're just you. You look like yourself. You can talk about the things you're interested in, but there are some subjects, like world politics and wine vintages, that just make you glaze over. The only mystery in your life is what you're going to be having for dinner. So, does that mean you're going to end up sitting on the sidelines alone and overlooked? Well, probably not. But if you want a better chance at attracting men, you're going to have to change your thinking. Hi, I'm Amy Waterman, a dating and relationship expert with yourbrilliance.com. And in this video, I'm going to help you bust through the myth of not being good enough to attract a man. So I used to think there was no way I had what it took to get a guy's guy either. By the time I hit my teens, I knew two undeniable facts about myself. Number one, I wasn't attractive. And number two, I wasn't funny. And it seemed obvious to me that the funny, hot girls got the guys. Guys didn't go for serious, plain girls like me. Hence, I was doomed. Now, I knew those truths about myself in the same way that I knew that my hair was brown and I was never going to have legs that went on forever. It doesn't take a lot of self-analysis to figure yourself out. By the time you're a teenager, you know who you're stuck with being. You know if you're artistic or mechanically inclined or extroverted. And you're already making decisions for the rest of your life based on what you know. So I knew I was smart, so that was okay. I didn't need a boyfriend. I could make my own way. I would put all my energy into doing what I was good at and make my career my life. I created a box for myself, jumped right in, and closed the lid. So quick, give me 5 words that you would use to describe your personality. Type them in the comment section if you're brave. Go on, I'll wait. So are those words mainly positive, mainly negative? Well, either way, it doesn't actually matter because all of those words are variations of the same thing: boxes. They're labels that you slapped onto yourself. Now, maybe they were words that other people used to describe you when you were young and you like the sound of them. Well, regardless of where they came from, they are yours now and they may not be serving you, no matter how positive they seem. You see, from a young age, we're encouraged to put ourselves into boxes. She's the cute one. He's the sporty one. She's popular. He's shy. Fitting into neat categories makes us easier for people to digest. So soon we end up feeling safest inside our boxes. I'm confident, so I can't be a wuss. Or I'm pretty, so I can't be too brainy. Or I'm plain, so I can't be popular. Or I'm ambitious, so I can't slack. Knowing who we are makes it clear all those things we can't allow ourselves to be. So maybe there are things that you know you're not too. Give us 5 traits that you don't identify with in any way, words that simply aren't you. Now here's the shocker. Every single one of those words describes you just as accurately as the traits on the first list. Now, this is how you know. Ask yourself, can you recognize that trait in other people? Well, if the answer is yes, then that trait is most definitely inside of you. Now, you may not identify with it, but it's there. You recognize it because part of you understands it. As the saying goes, if you can see it, you can be it. Although you may think you're not gorgeous or confident or witty or interesting, or even mean, abrupt, lazy, or selfish, you are on some level, in some way. And that's not even a matter of opinion. It's a matter of human psychology. So it works like this. When we're born, we are completely whole. We have every single possible human trait inside of us ready to be expressed. We could conceivably grow up to be a serial killer or a Mother Teresa. We are pure potential. But as we grow, we learn that some parts of ourselves aren't acceptable. Like maybe mom makes a curt comment when we're playing dress up, and we don't feel so good about dressing up anymore. Or maybe we fall down and cry, and dad chides us for being a crybaby. And so weakness doesn't feel so good anymore. These parts of our personality are split off into a forbidden self that we deny any knowledge of, called the shadow self. Now, most of those incidents that shape our personality are lost in the mist of time because our long-term memory wasn't quite fully developed yet. So we don't remember ever being a crybaby or ever being interested in playing dress up. It seems to us that we've always been the way we are now. So what does all this have to do with dating? So all those traits you think you don't have, traits that you need to attract men, are actually inside of you right now. You just haven't owned them. Don't think you're witty? Then maybe you just haven't given yourself permission to be witty. Don't think you're gorgeous? Well, maybe you just haven't given yourself permission to be gorgeous. Don't think you're interesting? Well, maybe you just haven't given yourself permission to be interesting. So one way to give yourself permission would be to indulge in the kind of cheerleading that motivational speakers are known for. You know, shout with me now. I am gorgeous. Let me hear you say it again. I am sexy. I am one hot babe. But that would just put you into another box. You know, a better box to be sure, but still a box. Telling yourself you're gorgeous when you don't feel very good about yourself just slaps another label on top of you. Like what happens on those days when you just want to curl up and veg in front of the TV? I mean, it's hard to play the gorgeous card then. Want a better solution? Throw away the boxes entirely. Like stop categorizing yourself. Shrug off all of those labels. Instead of taking pride in knowing exactly who you are, revel in the infinite possibilities that you were born with. And if you have to describe yourself, describe your preferences, such as, I like being tidy, but I'm messy sometimes. I like being punctual, but I can be late. I like being hardworking, but I am lazy at times. I like looking after myself, but I do slack. I wish I hadn't decided that I wasn't attractive or funny at such a young age, because it took me years to discover that I could be attractive if I made the effort. And it took even longer before I dared to try and make someone laugh. Despite what I told about myself, I'd had those traits in me all along. So what do you have inside you, waiting for permission to bloom? So there you have it. The best way to feel like you're good enough is to throw away all those boxes that you have put yourself in. You're not all those things that you think about yourself. You're not the person you've always been. You're like this rainbow swirl of infinite possibilities. So dive in and discover them. So what boxes do you want to throw away? What are you sick and tired of being? Let us know in the comments. And if you learned something from this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more great videos about how you can live your most brilliant life. And if you've got a moment, come on over to yourbrilliance.com. We've got tons of information on everything from health to beauty to careers. We would love to see you there. See you again soon.